Introducing GForceTV. GForceTV.net is your new source for action overload. Featuring free live programming year-round and countless hours of on-demand video, GForceTV will be your first stop whenever you want to see the latest and hottest racing action. See live Friday Night Excitement weekly from Washougal Speedway, and watch the stars of tomorrow make a name for themselves during Thursday night's live microsprint racing. GForceTV is also the new home for Rivals Race Chat. Watch weekly as Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross discuss all the hot topics in the world of motorsports. For iRacing fans, GForceTV has you covered with hours of live broadcasting from Rivals and GForceTV racing leagues. GForceTV promises to deliver motorsports, esports, and action sports you want to see, along with talk shows and vlogs to keep you connected to the lifestyle you love. Visit GForceTV.net today to subscribe for free. Sit back, hold on, and feel the G's on GForceTV.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to a Championship Monday edition of Monday Night Madness with the A&J Custom Creations Renegades. Tonight, we're coming to you live from the virtual Cedar Lake Speedway, and we will decide the title tonight for these A&J Custom Creations Renegades. Good evening, everybody. I'm Sean Neested. With us tonight will be Scotty DeYoung. Scotty just a couple minutes out from the announce booth here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. We've been in close contact. We know he's just about here. And boy, what a night it is going to be here at the Speedway. So glad you have tuned in and you're ready to go. We welcome you in to the Gambler Motorsports pre-race show. Gambler Motorsports, an esports racing team. They compete across the iRacing platform. They have drivers from dirt races, sports cars, paved cars, and endurance races. Head on over to Gambler Motorsports on Facebook and give them a follow. And we thank them for bringing us this pre-race show all season long. And that builds up to tonight, Championship Monday. Renegades action coming our way. Final time we get to check in on the Need Speed Motorsports points update and the NSM Wraps points coming in to this championship night. And here they are. Steven Goldner is again atop the point standings through his 11 races, 677 points he has amassed. Kyle Moonen not far behind him, 19 points behind is Kyle Moonen coming into tonight. Make that 21 points coming into tonight. Not too far of a cliff to overcome here tonight for the driver of the 24. And mathematically in the hunt here tonight, Lane Snook as well. He enters tonight at 643. So again, it's Steven Goldner at 677, Kyle Moonen at 656, and Lane Snook at 643. Behind them, Sean Bowers is fourth. Jack Clevenger is fifth. Jonathan Short comes into tonight sixth. Jesse Bandy is seventh. Ross Carrenta eighth. Blake Chapman is ninth. And Max Langevin in the 10th spot. Now, we talk about that just over 20-point spread coming into this championship event. Let's talk about points for tonight as we continue on in the last few minutes of practice here from Cedar Lake. For the A-main win, 75 points. For second, 72. Down another 3 points for third to 69. Then a 3-point gap to fourth. After that, it drops by 2. So, all right, I know what you're thinking. All right, just 3 points here, 2 points there. Not a big deal. Well, keep in mind, we've got bonus points up for grabs in qualifying. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So if you're in the top 5, you grab some points. If you complete 75% of the event, that's 5 bonus points. If you're the hard charger, it's 5 bonus points. If you have no incidents, that means you don't get into the wall. You don't get into the tires here at the bottom of Cedar Lake. You don't get into another car. 5 bonus points. If you've got the fastest lap of the race, bonus point. So when you add all of that up, 21 points, not too much for Kyle Moonen to overcome here tonight, or the 30-some points, 34 points that Lane Snook would need to overcome into this event to topple Stephen Goldner from atop the points title. Now, to make it even more fun, Stephen Goldner, Kyle Moonen, we know they're both out of the Bandy Built Racing, Bandy Built Race Cars shop. They're teammates. They've put a little extra wager on the line we've heard about tonight. They're going to meet up at Eldora this year at the Four Crown, and whoever the loser is, whoever comes in not the champion after tonight's event, they get to buy the pit passes at Four Crown at Eldora this year. So a little extra incentive on the line. Of course, you always get the great plaque or trophy from A&J Custom Creations if you are a GeForce Racing League champion. So a whole lot to look forward to here tonight at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Of course, this last Thursday night, Scotty and I were on hand. We had the action here on GeForce TV with Advantage Racing TV for the championship of the Epsilon Sprint Wraps Big Block Modifieds. Congratulations to Field Miller. He picked up that title. And with this being the last night of the season for all of the GeForce Racing Leagues, Race of Champions action starts tomorrow night at this time. Coming up after our heat races and our B main tonight, we will unveil race number 1 for the Race of Champions and the ROL that will also compete tomorrow night. So a whole lot to get through in tonight's show. Race of Champions action starting tomorrow night. Right now, the drivers don't know what car they're racing. They don't know what track they're racing at. We will announce that coming up before tonight's A main after our B feature is finalized. So stay tuned. You will have a lot of action to enjoy here tonight. Roger Craig with the GeForce Racing Leagues, he'll join us after our heat races in B main tonight to make that big announcement on where we're heading for the Race of Champions. That's so exciting. They have no idea. It could be a dirt car. It could be a pavement car. It could be a truck. We have no idea. It's going to be a great time. And Race of Champions actions tomorrow night. You can catch it live right here on GeForce Esports on YouTube. So looks like right now drivers meeting happening down there at the Cedar Lake Speedway. And that means we are getting closer to a Bandy Built qualifications, our last Bandy Built qualification session of this season here for the GeForce Racing Leagues. By the way, if you're looking for more information on the GeForce Racing Leagues, GeForceRL.com is the place to go. And you'll learn more about these Renegades and the other 360 sprint car divisions. Maybe that's not your thing. You're thinking, I've got iRacing. I don't want to race these sprint cars. How about modifieds? They've got divisions for that. Late models, they've got that. Midgets, yep. Pavement racing, absolutely. 20 different leagues going on with the GeForce Racing Leagues. GeForceRL.com, the information for that. The Race of Champions happening the rest of this week. And, of course, the next season fires up next week. So no time off, no rest for the wicked. We go back into racing right away next week with the next season for the GeForce Racing League. So that will be a lot of excitement on tap, not just tonight, but the rest of this week. And then wipe the slate clean, and the championship hunt begins again a week from tonight. So get excited for that. Looking at the entries here tonight, a lot of great drivers have checked into battle here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. More than 20 entries here this evening. Looks like we are sitting right at 24 cars. So at this moment, everyone makes the A main, but where will they start? They will have a couple different sessions of racing here to get that settled down. Aiden Young right now, the quickest car in practice, as you can see on the screen. The driver of the 69 machine, 11.70, just edged out Steven Fernberg with 11.70 as well. Rounded up to a 7-1 for the 29. John Short, third quick in practice. We'll wipe those times off the chart because they don't matter. Right now, we get into the action. It is time for Bandy Built qualifications on this Championship Monday with the A&J Custom Creations Renegades. Bandy Built Racing, proud supporter of the GeForce Racing Leagues, headquartered over in Rochester, Minnesota. Bandy Built Racing always puts a focus on fun and friendly competition. And tonight, 3 different drivers from the Bandy Built Racing stables are going to duke it out for a title here tonight with the A&J Custom Creations Renegades. Time starting to come in here in Bandy Built qualifications as we'll get a look at the times here as they start to come in. And boy, things are going to be tight here at the Speedway. And right away to the top of the charts, Brandon Schultz, the driver of the 193. He'll go quick time at 11.664. Jesse Bandy right behind him, 11.675. And Max Langevin third quick at 11.709. There's your other storyline coming into tonight as well. The driver who sits number 1 in qualifications right now, Brandon Schultz. Keep an eye on him in that 193 machine. 3 consecutive wins for that driver out of Wisconsin. He picked up the wins recently. Last week, Charlotte. The week before that, Kokomo. And Fairbury the previous week. 3 in a row for him. And I believe that means he's probably going to have to pass quite a few cars here this evening as well. Now things change. The top of the charts. Kyle Moonen, championship contender. He's got the quick time right now, 11.610. So Kyle Moonen on top of the charts right now for Bandy Built qualifications. Again, 5 points for the quick time efforts here tonight. So we can cut in to Goldner's time just a bit if he can hold on to that. Right now, Steven Goldner sits number 8 on the clock for Bandy Built qualifications. And we'll see if he can improve here at all for the driver of the number 30. He will not. So right now, Steven Goldner, 8th quick. No bonus points for that. So 5 bonus points right now to Kyle Moonen for quick time here this evening. Lane Snook, by the way, 7th quick. No bonus points for that either. So right now, Kyle Moonen doing what he can do here tonight. Going quick time thus far in Bandy Built qualifications and trying to cut into that lead of Steven Goldner. All right. Hey, opening the door here to the announce booth. Welcome in a beautiful night here in Cedar Lake in Wisconsin. Welcome in, Mr. Scotty DeYoung. Scotty, welcome to the booth. Welcome to Cedar Lake Speedway. Just about set to go into heat race action tonight. So we'll get microphone hooked up here for Scotty, and we will get set to go. He'll join us here in a moment as we get set to look at your starting lineup for our first heat race here of the evening for the A&J Custom Creations Renegades on Championship Monday. Starting on the pole position, Preston Cranmer in the 07 machine. Next to him, that will be Lane Snook in the 123. Max Langevin going to start inside the second row. That is the 161. Kyle Moonen, your quick timer and championship contender, going to start on the outside of the second row. Third row, Brian Moore Jr., the 09 machine. He'll line up inside row number 3. Next to him, John Hine in the number 71. Going to the fourth and final row, Jack Clevenger, the inside line in that row. That's the number 78. And Joe Backus out of South Dakota in the number 46. He will line up in the 8th and final starting position. That is your first starting lineup of the night. Heat race number 1 for the A&J Custom Creations Renegades here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Cars forming up behind that pace truck in our last opportunity of the season. To remind you that A&J Custom Creations brings you these heat races specializing in laser engraving and CNC machining. A&J Custom Creations puts its craftsmanship to work in every wood trophy and plaque that they produce. A&J provides trophies and plaques to all of the GeForce Racing League Division champions. And a special congratulations to all of the champions who have already been crowned here this season. These Renegades, they will be the last one of this season here on iRacing for the GeForce Racing Leagues to crown their title holder. Again, your lineup: Preston Cranmer, Lane Snook, Max Langevin, Kyle Moonen, Brian Moore Jr., John Hine, Jack Clevenger, Joe Backus will be your 8 cars on the Speedway for 8 laps around the Cedar Lake Speedway in your first heat race of the night. All right, let's check in here. Let's see. What do we have?
Got this thing plugged in correctly here, Sean. I think we do.
Hi, Scotty.
Hey.
How are
Hi,
you?
Sean. Oh, I'm good. I stopped at the concessions for you, but didn't get an answer on what you needed for drinks tonight. So sorry about that.
Well, I think I've had it about up to here on the drinks for tonight, so I think I'm okay right now, Scotty. And but here,
don't feel so bad then.
How about you? You just passed about 4 Iowa State troopers over the last 15 minutes, but you didn't have to shake hands and meet any of them, did you?
No, we made it to victory lane unscathed, so to speak.
Very good. Good to have you here. You see the field begin to make their way off of turn number 4. The pace truck, it's going to hurry and scurry and get on out of here. We are racing here at the Cedar Lake Speedway for our A&J Custom Creations Renegades Championship event. We are out. It is immediately to the lead. It'll be the 23 of Lane Snook to the lead, I do believe. Looks like maybe timing and scoring not picking him up. So Preston Cranmer right now scored in the lead spot. We'll see if timing and scoring corrects that at some point here, as we have 6 laps remaining. Cranmer, Moonen, Langevin, it says, in the transfer spots. But right now I see Lane Snook and then Preston Cranmer in the second spot. Kyle Moonen running in third, as we have 5 laps to go on this one. Scotty, you're getting settled in. How you doing over there?
I'm doing okay, Sean. Doing okay. Looks like Lane Snook forgot to put the transponder on this evening, as he is currently out with the race lead. Looks like Kyle Moonen going to be running in that 3rd place spot, but looking to the inside of Preston Cranmer for 2nd, and it's going to be Moore in the 161 for 4th position.
Right now on the scoring, Brian Moore Jr. has the final transfer spot, but on the Speedway, I see Max Langevin in the 4th spot. Battle there for the position. The 24 of Kyle Moonen going around Preston Cranmer. Kyle Moonen on a roll here tonight, looking for that title here this evening. He's got at least the 2nd position, potentially the lead here in heat race number 1, our A&J Custom Creations heat race off of turn number 4. Checkered flag will fly, and heat race number 1 goes into the books here this evening for these A&J Custom Creations Renegades. So let's take a look here at the unofficial results from heat race number 1, as the field for heat race number 2 beginning to form up, and they'll look to be pushing off. We'll have to get an update, see what the story was there with Lane Snook. You see credited with 7th right there on the screen, although we did see him cross the line in the 1st spot. Kyle Moonen, Preston Cranmer, and we know Max Langevin's in the show. The question mark is on Brian Moore Jr., if he received a transfer spot or if it was Lane Snook. Clevenger, Backus, and Hine following them to the finish. Heat race number 2 ready to push off on to the Cedar Lake Speedway, and the starting lineup for that 8-lap event looks like this, Scotty.
It's going to be John Short in the 51 car sitting on the pole. To his outside, your current point leader chasing a championship tonight is going to be Stephen Goldner in the 30.
That'll be Blake Chapman inside the 2nd row, the number 20 machine with Skittles on that. Brandon Schultz next to him, the winner of 3 consecutive, looking for 4 in a row in the 193. He'll start 4th.
Row 3 is going to see Steven Fernberg in the 29 to the inside in that 5th place spot. And next to him, in the outside, the 03 of Sean Bowers.
And the final row, Jeff Fitzpatrick, the 90 out of Minnesota inside. Matt Ramsey, the 45 next to him. Got an update for you here, Scotty, as we get set for the Makoni Setup Shop heat race number 2. Makoni Setup Shop, they may be their setups, but they're your victories. Makoni's commitment to providing high-quality setups at an affordable price will always remain with them. That's the Makoni Setup Shop bringing us Heat 2. You see Brandon Schultz on the outside of the front row. That is because Stephen Goldner's got a penalty from last week. He has to serve, so your points leader coming from the back of the starting grid. We are green on this 8-lapper.
And Brandon Schultz is going to be out to the race lead just like that. He's going to lead lap number 1. 3 in a row last week. Can he do a possible 4 in a row this week? We will have to see. John Short tucked into that second place spot. Sean Bowers taking a beat to the inside of 51 car. And here's Blake Chapman, the 20 Skittles car, in holding that 4th and final transfer spot. But here comes Goldner from the outhouse trying to get to the penthouse in car 30.
Well, Blake Chapman trying to hold on to a transfer spot, but right now he is on the bubble as he works to the inside of Sean Bowers. Of course, Bowers opened the season with a win earlier this year at the Lima Land Speedway. 3 wide right in front of the view you see from Stephen Goldner's car, the number 30 machine, looking for a transfer. He moves to the inside of John Short. Maybe a little touch there off of turn number 2, but the end result, Stephen Goldner into a transfer position in that number 30 machine. Your points leader trying to go directly to the A main tonight. Right now in front of him, they're side by side. Sean Bowers working the top, Blake Chapman working the bottom. This is all happening behind your race leader, Brandon Schultz. Scotty.
Brandon Schultz starting to walk away with this heat race here with a lap and a half to go. Bowers holds on to that second place spot. Blake Chapman in the 20 trying to work the inside of the racetrack and slide him as a white flag comes out one more time around. Brandon Schultz still with the race lead. Chapman up to second now.
They will go to turn number 3 as the 30 of Goldner will take one more spot. They come to the checkered, and heat race number 2, brought to us by the McConey Setup Shop, goes into the official books here tonight. And your final event, our final heat 2 of the season is concluded, and we know the top 2 championship contenders are in the A main, locked in there already here tonight, as we'll take a look at your official results now from a heat race number 2. And there you see Brandon Schultz, your winner. Blake Chapman, Stephen Goldner, and Sean Bowers. Your transfers, John Short, Jeff Fitzpatrick, Stephen Fernberg, and Matt Ramsey. They'll do some consolation dancing coming up here in just a little bit. Heat race number 3, which is our Howard Hanna real estate heat race, ready to roll onto the racetrack. And Scotty, there's your starting lineup.
It's going to be Matthew Croakey in the 2 car. Sitting on the pole is the outside in the 414. That's going to be Brennan Lacey.
Corey Kussler, the 126, he'll line up 3rd on the grid, and next to him, and the 4th starting spot outside row 2, it is the 57 of Jesse Bandy.
To the inside of row 3 in the 69 car, that is Aiden Young, and his outside, the 016, Benjamin Kolsch.
And the 4th and final row, Terry Landis out of California in the 661, the Kreitz Racing entry, and G.J. Boydell, the 14, will be your 8th and final starter here in the Howard Hanna Real Estate Heat Race number 3. Howard Hanna Real Estate, number 1 family-owned and operated independent broker in the U.S. And, of course, Scott Hurwitz over at Howard Hanna Real Estate. He's a multi-million-dollar commercial and residential real estate agent, and he's been so for several years. He can help anyone find an experienced professional realtor anywhere across the country. He's got the experience and knowledge to ask the right questions and get the best house for the right price for you. And if he can't do it, he'll find the right agent who will. That's Scott Hurwitz at Howard Hanna Real Estate, bringing us heat race number 3, 8 laps, 4 transfer. We're green, Scotty.
That we are off turn number 4. Matthew Croakey going to lead them into turn 1 and 2, the 2 car. In position number 1, Brennan Lacey and that 414 car running in second. Kussler in third. Aiden Young holds on to that 4th and final transfer as of the moment.
Well, Jesse Bandy was the quickest qualifier in this heat race, started 4th. He has fallen back in the field. He got into the wall over in turn 3 on the opening lap. He's trying to battle forward. Right now, Matthew Croakey, your race leader, got his first ever Renegades win at the Volusia Speedway. He leads over Brennan Lacey. Lacey got his first ever win with the Renegades at the Williams Grove Speedway back on week number 6. Right now, those 2 drivers running nose to tail down the back straightaway.
And it looks like Lacey might have a run here to the inside of the 2 car of Croakey. Croakey into the wall, and Aiden Young into the wall as well. Some shuffling going around in your top 4. Here comes Kussler now. Kussler trying to get to the inside of the 414 Lacey. Great battle up front here as Kussler gets into the 414 Lacey.
Terry Landis from the final row now in a transfer spot in the 661, as is G.J. Boydell from the back. He runs in 4th. Now contact up front. Oh, my goodness. What is going on in this heat race? Brennan Lacey's able to drive by. The 414 continues to lead, but Terry Landis coming after him for the lead spot. That knocks Corey Kussler back to the 7th position. He is gone pit side. White flag is in the air, and one of the most precarious heat races of the year coming around to the final lap here, Scotty.
Into turns 3 and 4, Landis trying to take a peek to the inside, cannot do so. Lathy will get the checkered flag here in heat race number 3. Landis in second, Boydell in third, and Aiden Young, after getting into the wall, will finish in that fourth and final transfer spot. Croakey, Kolsch, Kussler, and Bandy rounding out your field.
Wow, that was a wild heat race there. We'll take a look here at your official results on this one. Lacey, Landis, Boydell, Young, the transfer spots, as Scotty told us. Feels good for Aiden Young there. He got kind of caught up in an incident that was not his own doing, knocked him deep in the field. He was able to come back and secure a transfer spot. Croakey, Kolsch, Kussler, Bandy ready to come out for some Velocity Race Design B-Main action. Speaking of that, the grid ready to roll onto the racetrack. Is the field ready to push off? Jack Clevenger on the pole of tonight's Velocity Race Design B feature event. That's the 78 machine. John Short next to him piloting the 51.
Row 2 is going to see Matt Croakey in the 2 car to the inside and Joe Backus in the 46 to the outside.
Fitzy, Jeff Fitzpatrick, he'll start 5th on the grid, the number 90 with Benjamin Kolsch in the 16 outside of the 3rd row.
Lane Snook going to start inside of row 4 in the 123 car to his outside, the 29 of Steven Fernberg starting in position number 8.
5th row has Corey Kussler, the 126 inside, and outside of him, the 71 of John Hine.
And it's going to be Matt Ramsey to the inside of row number 6 in the 45, and to his outside, the 57 of Jesse Bandy.
That is your starting lineup for tonight's B feature event, brought to us by Velocity Race Design. This is for starting positions in tonight's main event. So everyone's going to the show. It's just a matter of where you start, whether it's 13th or 24 on the grid. Velocity Race Design bringing you the B features all season long. Look no further than Velocity Race Design for that fresh new look on your favorite dirt car with a new season coming around. Time to update your look. Whether it's the hot new design of a real car or a retro throwback of your hero for the sim, Velocity Race Design will have you covered. Head on over to their Facebook page. Just search up Velocity Race Design, and that's where you order your custom paint design right after tonight's broadcast. Here we go, Scotty. Final Velocity Race Design B main of the season for the Renegades, for the GeForce Racing Leagues, and it is green.
Green it is. It's going to be Clevenger leading them through 1 and 2, and we got cars every which way but straight, as Clevenger's going to lead lap number 1. John Short right behind him, Croakey and Backus, your top 4, with Kolsch rounding out your top 5.
Here comes Short looking to the inside of Clevenger, looking for the lead. Cannot get there. Matthew Croakey right there behind them as well. They're going to come up on Corey Kussler's 126. He goes pit side. Looks like Jeff Fitzpatrick, Lane Snook, both pit side already on this one. Side by side for the race lead. John Short has it. Clevenger trying to battle back on the high line just in front of Matthew Croakey.
Short running the inside of the racetrack right along the tires through the bottom half of the corner. Clevenger keeping it wound up top, though, as we got 3 wide and a car into the wall, as Clevenger still trying to run down the 51 up Short. Croakey running in second, Kolsch up to that 4th place spot, and John Hine with your top 5.
Yeah, I think that car that you saw in the wall was Joe Backus, the Galen's Homegrown Popcorn number 46. He's able to continue on running in position number 6. Out front, though, it is all John Hine right now by it clicks around between 0.8 of a second up to about 0.2 of a second. Here comes Jack Clevenger closing in on him. Short runs the bottom, Clevenger on the top. We come by the flag stand. We have 3 laps to go in the Velocity Race Design B feature.
And you see what John Short is doing, running the high side on the straights and dive bombing the corners as Croakey gets into the wall in that 3rd place spot, but he will continue on. Short is finding the quickest way around the track for him, going from the top to the bottom and back to the top again as he still has the race lead. Clevenger still trying to run him down in car 78.
And if he's going to run him down, the time is now. Less than 3/8 of a mile to get there. Clevenger, good run off of turn number 2. He'll try to run to the bottom into turn 3, off of turn 4 for the final time. John Short's going to get the win. Clevenger, Croakey, Hine, and Benjamin Kolsch going to be your top 5 in tonight's Velocity Race Design B main. So all of the qualifying for the season into the books for the A&J Custom Creations Renegades, and we will have main event action coming up here in just a couple of minutes. We welcome you to the Icon Sim Sports pre-main break. Icon Sim Sports, they bring you bring the sim racing community a one-of-a-kind fixed chassis experience that's like none other. See why at iconsimsports.com. Right now is a great time to order from Icon Sim Sports. Get your iRacing rig designed like a late model. If you're a late model fan, sprint car, if you're a sprint car fan, any color, any design you want. Again, iconsimsports.com. Your NSM Photos Driver of the Week this week. We want to congratulate one of the drivers competing tonight. It's Brennan Lacey. He's the Week 12 GeForce Racing League's Driver of the Week. Started 17th in the Rebels event last week and drove up to position number 3. We'll see him competing tonight in the main event in his 414 car. Of course, NSM Photos bringing us the Driver of the Week all season long. NSM Photos, they can provide professional-looking photos in 1080p and stunning 4K resolution. Of course, they can also do hero cards as another great way to show off your car, your team, your sponsors, and you. Head on over to NSM Photos on Facebook or needspeedmotorsports.com. Is now the time? Do we get to do this now, Scotty? Is Roger Craig from the GeForce Racing Leagues is with us. Of course, Roger, we're going into the Race of Champions. Nobody knows where they're racing tomorrow night, whether they've been competing in late models or midgets or sprint cars or even those road runners on the pavement stuff. Nobody knows where the Race of Champions event is heading tomorrow night, and Roger Craig is with us here. And he is ready to spill the beans on night number 1 of the Race of Champions. Hi, Roger.
Hey, Sean. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Oh, this is great. We've got a championship in the balance. We've got Race of Champions less than 24 hours away. A big mystery ready to unveil. I'm pumped, man.
We've got 3 races and 3 different cars, 3 different tracks, stuff these guys don't normally run. So tomorrow night, we will be running the Legends Ford 34 Coupe, all 125 horsepower. And, it will be at Concord Speedway, so a half-mile tri-oval, and it should be really interesting. And we're going to have all sorts of, like a big variance, one extreme to another here in the 3 nights. So this is going to be night number 1 tomorrow night, and we have the we call it the Race of Losers at 7:30, and then the Race of Champions. So it's a rock and roll, and that's the car, and the track.
Well, hold on here, Roger. Concord, that's pavement, right?
Pavement, buddy. So these guys, we've been running a little bit of pavement in the afternoons, and we just started up a NASCAR league, but most of these guys are dirt drivers. So, but at the same time, you've seen it, like the Renegades. These guys are so highly skilled, but there might be a few late hours going on tonight while these guys work on it, and their painters get the paints done for them.
I'm not worried about them. They'll be fine. But Scotty and I are dirt announcers. We'll have to get all fancy tomorrow night to go to the pavement track.
I mean, I've been a cameraman for a Legends car event at a pavement track, but I've never announced one. So this is going to be a new one for our just for ourselves too, Sean.
Looking forward to it.
If you've been there, if you've seen one, then you qualified.
Well, are you ready to give us a sneak peek for night number 2 of the Race of Champions, or are you going to hold your cards close to your chest?
That will be announced tomorrow night at intermission. The races are announced 24 hours ahead, so it's a lot of last-minute preparation. So it should be good.
Oh, Race of Champions week. Fun, exciting, and stressful for the drivers, Roger. What are you doing to them?
Well, not only that, but like I said, the announcers here, you guys have said that. So you guys have got Tuesday and Thursday. Joe White will be doing Wednesday. So we've got it covered with some great broadcasting crews. But you guys will be a bit challenged because you guys will be as much out of your element maybe as some of the drivers.
There's a high likelihood of that. Really looking forward to the Race of Champions here. 3 consecutive nights of racing. We all start it tomorrow night. Legends cars, Concord, pavement. Oh my, Roger, we thanks for joining us here tonight. Thanks for letting the cat out of the bag, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night when we unveil night number 2.
I'm looking forward to it, buddy.
Oh, Scotty, these drivers are in for a loop when we head to Race of Champions night number 1 tomorrow night. We're going to do some Legends racing. over at the Concord Speedway. We owe some sponsors a break. We'll get to that right at the conclusion of tonight's feature event. So before we head to the Epsilon Sprint Wraps podium presentation, we'll have a couple of messages from some great supporters that have been with us all season long with the GeForce Racing Leagues. But right now, Scotty, we have to take a look at a starting lineup. A championship is in the balance. It is time to take a look at the grid for tonight's main event.
Going to be on your front row, the 24 of Kyle Moonen, currently sitting second in the points, trying to chase a championship here tonight. And Brandon Schultz on the outside in car 193. Can he make it 4 in a row?
Brandon Lacey going to line up inside the second row. The 4 Photos driver of the week, Preston Cranmer, outside him in the 07.
Blake Chapman starts in position number 5 in the 20 car, and to his outside, Terry Landis in car 661, starting 6th.
Road 4 on the inside, it's Max Langevin, the 161, and your points leader on the outside, starting 8th. That's the 30 of Steven Goldner.
Going to inside of row number 5, starting 9th is G.J. Boydell in car 14. And rounding out your top 10 starters, it's going to be the 09 of Brian Moore Jr.
Row number 6 on the inside, Sean Bowers in the 03. Next to him, it's the 12th starter, the 69, is Aiden Young.
13th here tonight in car 51 is John Short, and to his outside, the 78 of Jack Clevenger.
Let's move now to your 15th starter. That's Matthew Croakey in the number 2. Outside the 8th row, the 71 of John Hine.
Starting 17th on the grid here tonight is the 016 of Benjamin Kolsch, and to the outside, the 29 of Steven Fernberg.
Starting 19th, the 57 of Jesse Bandy, and outside row number 10, Joe Backus in the 46.
In a row number 11, starting 21st in the 45, that is Matt Ramsey. To his outside, it's 50, number 90, Jeff Fitzpatrick, pushing off from position number 22.
23rd starter, Cordy Kussler in the 126. Starting 24th, the 123 of Lane Snook. And I already have an update on the starting lineup. Here's Scotty starting at the back, giving up a front row starting spot because he has won 3 in a row. That is the 193 of Brandon Schultz. If he's going to win this thing, he's going to do so from the tail, looking for 4 in a row. We are set to go racing here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Championship night is underway for the Renegades.
And Kyle Moonen going to lead him through turns 1 and 2. Brennan Lacey was in that second place spot. Preston Cranmer running in second right now. Brennan Lacey third. Steven Goldner already up 4 positions, trying to get into that top spot as he rips around the top side of the raceway here at Cedar Lake.
Wow, do you think Steven Goldner is on a mission? 2 laps in, and he has driven 6 positions forward. He's got second, and he is literally on the back bumper of the other championship contender and looking for the lead. Look at this, Scotty.
Fly jump through the corners, 3 wide for a split second off turn number 4. Moonen and Goldner chasing a championship, and they're going at each other's throats here down the back straightaway into turn number 3.
Teammates, friends right now, enemies for a championship. Steven Goldner from 8th is your race leader with 26 laps to go here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. That Bandy built number 30 is hooked up and hauling early in this one. Moonen banged the wall. Here comes Brendan Lacey after him for position number 2.
Steven Goldner can put the championship in his pocket if he can stay out in front. Lacey getting into the wall. Moonen back up to position number 2. 1 and 2 in the points. Currently 1 and 2 on the track right now as we're going to look at Blake Chapman running in that 4th place spot. Langevin in 161 trying to run him down, currently in the top 5.
They run through the middle of the speedway. Other drivers choosing right down next to the tires. Others banging down the concrete. Here comes the 51 of John Short trying to get into the top 5. He looks to the inside of Max Langevin. Side by side into turn number 3. Short works the bottom right behind the 20 of Blake Chapman. Side by side down the front straightaway. Great battle going on right now to get into the top 5, Scotty.
That it is. Chapman still holding on to that 4th place spot. Short and Langevin trading spot for spot here as they are trying to battle for that top 5. In front of them, though, it's Lacey and Moonen battling for that 2nd place spot as Steven Goldner almost a 1.5 second lead over the 24 car of Kyle Moonen.
Trouble. Brendan Lacey has spun out in turn number 2, and the caution flag is out over the speedway. Car running in the top 3. Brennan Lacey with trouble in the 3rd turn, and the yellow flag flies for the first time here tonight at the Cedar Lake Speedway. So under the caution here, still outside of 20 laps to go in this 30-lapper at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Wow, Scotty, what can be said right now for Steven Goldner? But that man was ready for the fight when that green flag dropped.
He was started 8th or 7th, I believe, on the field, and in 2 laps, he's up to that race lead. That is not what he wanted to see, though, with that caution coming out, as he had almost a 2.5 lead over second-running Kyle Moonen. So cars bunching back up. We're going to see a battle for that top 5. In front of them, though, it's Lacey and Moonen battling for that second-place spot, as Steven Goldner almost a 1.5. So tough luck for Brendan Lacey, who was running in that second, third-place spot.
Wow, you know, those tires, they can just grab onto you. Sometimes you can run over them and you're fine. The next time you touch them, you think the same way. They grab the car, spin you out, and we go back to green right now. Steven Goldner, fantastic restart. Here comes that number 20 of Blake Chapman trying to challenge Kyle Moonen for position number 2.
Chapman has had an on and off year, but would like to end the year on a high note as he battles for position number 2. As John Short, a little squirrely off the corner of turns 3 and 4. Steven Goldner still with a race lead. Kyle Moonen giving chase to the number 30 car.
You talked about John Short there momentarily. He has gained 8 spots already in this main event, running in position number 5. Max Langevin, he's come through some spots. Right now, he finds himself in a 3-wide battle. Max Langevin has gained 4 positions. As he works through the middle, he's got Blake Chapman on the bottom and Kyle Moonen on the top. They head back down into turn number 1. 17 circuits of the Cedar Lake Speedway remain.
We're talking about gaining spots, though, Sean, up to 6th place and up 18 positions. Is a 12-year-old driver, Lane Snook, up 19 now. Lane Snook deep in the field starter. Now he's into the top 5 in the 123 car.
Are you kidding me? He charged so many positions last week. He's doing it again. Looking to gain 20 spots right now, making 21 for Lane Snook. He's got the 3rd position. Are you kidding me? Here comes Kyle Moonen back around his side. His outside says, not so fast there, young man. Fast lane off of turn number 4. He runs in position number 4, looking for 3rd now in turn 2.
Meanwhile, Brandon Schultz was supposed to start on the outside of the front row. He is up to 10th now in car 193, trying to make it 4 in a row. We are coming to 13 laps to go. Lane Snook up to that 3rd place spot. Langevin holds 2nd. Snook has his sights set on the 161 car as he tries to pull to the rear tail tank of the 161. Steven Goldner, though, almost that 1.5 second lead as it was before the caution.
Wow, Steven Goldner on a mission here. Looks like Terry Landis has taken the 661 pit side. Max Langevin running through the middle. Looks like the track really wearing out here as we approach 10 laps to go, but still turn 1. High side, look at this run from Lane Snook. Snook around the outside of Langevin, and from a 24th on the grid, making 23rd on the grid, Lane Snook now runs in position number 2. He has a 1.5 second lead to a race if he wants to get to Steven Goldner, and we have 10 laps to go.
We saw this battle before here earlier on in the season, Sean, between Goldner and Snook was able to run down Goldner. As we look at the lap times here, Snook has been just a little bit faster on lap 19 and 20, but slower on lap 21. Inside 10 laps to go here. Can Lane Snook run down the 30 car of Steven Goldner?
We will find out that time. 0.03 of a second cut off of the lead as Lane Snook, he's going to need to take more off if he's going to get there. 1.4 seconds the lead for Steven Goldner over Lane Snook. Max Langevin, John Short, Kyle Moonen remain your top 5.
Steven Goldner, looks like that lead shrinking ever so slightly between him and Snook, but Goldner still out front. 6 laps to go, this time by for the 30 car, trying to hold on for the championship here. Kyle Moonen, running 2nd in the points, is inside the top 5. Moonen currently runs in 4th. He has Max Langevin and Lane Snook in front of him, trying to hang on with 5 laps to go. Now 4 laps to go, coming to the line this time by Sean.
That lead bouncing between 1.2 and 1.4 for Goldner over Snook. You can see Goldner really having some nice steady laps here as we enter 4 laps to go. The lead still at 1.2 seconds. So if Anything's going to happen here for Lane Snook. He's really going to have to get going. Meanwhile, battle for third starting to heat up, and this changes everything. The caution is out over the speedway, Scotty.
Caution is out with 3 laps to go. Is not what Steve Goldner wanted to see, but exactly what Lane Snook wanted to see. Will we see a challenge now from the 12-year-old in the 123 car?
Oh, wow. Wow. Max Langevin right behind them on this restart. So if they get duking it out, he's in prime position. Kyle Moonen still in the top 5, running in the 4th spot, that 24, and he'll restart right in front of the 51 of John Short. What an entertaining night here at the Cedar Lake Speedway on this championship event for these A&J Custom Creations Renegades. What a season it has been all year long, Scotty, for these teams. And, they're really showcasing their talents once again on this season championship night.
That it has, and it looks like the caution came out for the 193 of Schultz, who was moving through the field and inside the top 10 at one point. But tough luck for him, as it looks like he will not be getting the 4 in a row. But a great performance here, not only from Stephen Goldner, but Lane Snook as well in that 123 car. Great night of racing here for championship night.
Absolutely it is. Green flag back in the air. 3 circuits of the Cedar Lake Speedway to go. Lane Snook bangs the wall in turn number 1. That allowed Stephen Goldner to get out to a lead. Kyle Moonen around the outside of Max Langevin for 3rd. And then side by side between Chapman and John Short right behind them. And now it's a 4-car Hornet's Nest behind the top 2-car breakaway.
2 laps to go now. Stephen Goldner out in front. Lane Snook, the 123, trying to run him down. Snook up 22 positions as we've got contact and cars upside down. Are we going to stay green here for the final lap, or are we going to go yellow? Looks like we are saying green. Slide job for the lead and the win. It's going to be... Wow! Lane Snook!
7 thousandths of a second. Lane Snook gets the win here tonight. Dare I say it? Scotty, I'm going to do it. Lane Snook snookered Stephen Goldner in that final set of turns. Goldner, he's going to be okay. He's going to exit this evening a runner-up on the track and your A&J Custom Creations Renegades champion. And right behind him, that'll be the 24 of Kyle Moonen. Oh, my goodness, what a feature event here tonight at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Unbelievable finish to the season. Great event. Let's take a look here real quickly at the feature finish here tonight with your results for the A&J Custom Creations Renegades. And it wasn't even 0.7 of a second. After review, 4 thousandths of a second. Lane Snook gets the win. Stephen Goldner in second. Kyle Moon in third. Blake Chapman and Aiden Young, your top 5.
Jeff Fitzpatrick, GJ Boydell. Sorry, Sean, I'm still speechless from that ending there. Jesse Bandy in 8th. Joe Backus 9th. Steven Birdberg rounding out your top 10.
Matt Ramsey 11th. Corey Kussler 12th. Brian Moore Jr. 13th. John Hine and Brennan Lacey completing your top 15.
It's going to be Matthew Croakey, John Short, Max Langevin, and it's going to be Brandon Schultz and Preston Cranmer rounding out your top 20.
Sean Bowers 21st, Jack Clevenger 22nd, Benjamin Coles finishes 23rd, and Terry Landis 24th here tonight at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Oh, let's get one more Malcolm Mills replay of the season on the screen, Scotty. Let's take a look at the finishing order here tonight here at Cedar Lake. Look at this.
Here for the final lap, or are we going to go yellow? Looks like we are saying green. Slide job for the lead and the win. It's going to be... Wow! Snook there, it looks like Goldner maybe have spun the tires coming off of 4, but what a race. And Lane Snook, also your 2 W's Plumbing hard charger recipient here tonight as well.
Well, I don't want to waste any time. We need to talk to these drivers. I know we've got some commercial breaks that we owe here. We will tag them on here at the tail. But right now, let's head on down to the winner's circle and let's catch up with our third place finisher here tonight. Kyle Moonan's going to finish in the third spot on the speedway. And let's head on over to Scotty DeYoung, who has caught up to the driver of the 24.
Kyle, championship night here tonight. In a tight points battle with Steven Goldner to get the championship. How was this night here for championship night here at Cedar Lake for you?
It was all right. It wasn't bad. I knew him and Lane both were going to be up there running, so it was going to be tight no matter what. I just tried to qualify good, try to get those extra points, and just try to keep it up front, out of trouble.
Normally when we see track breaks down week by week, it's usually been pretty consistent. Tonight, though, it seemed like the track just seemed to slick off entirely. Did that just have a different aspect on how to drive the car here tonight?
Yeah, it was. It actually slicked off quite a bit more than I thought it was going to after the heat races and there in the warm up, and I kind of caught myself there when I fell back to, I don't know, fifth or sixth. I was over driving it quite a bit, spinning the tires pretty bad, and once I calmed down there a little bit, I made up a couple spots, but it was definitely slick there at the end.
When you're going for a championship here, no matter what class it may be, what's going through your head then all night just to try to maintain focus until the end?
Pretty much just keep it out of trouble. I mean, I didn't want to get in a spot to where I was, in the B main trying to chase Goldner, from the point or whatever. That's where I was happy I started on the pole there. That helped quite a bit, but mainly just staying out of trouble and try to finish where you can.
Third place finish here tonight for the 24 car. Who would you like to thank for putting the car on the podium once again, and for another wonderful season here with the A&J Custom Creations Renegades?
Just all the guys at Bandy Built, Jesse, Brandon, Goldner, Brennan, Fitz, Lane. Congrats to him on the win tonight. That was pretty cool watching him and Goldner battle there at the end. Ross Kren at Velocity Race Designs. He does all the paints and keeps those looking good. And Roger and Preston, everyone for the league, and you guys for the broadcast. And that's about it.
Once again, driver of the 24 car, Kyle Moonen, coming home third place tonight. Congratulations on a wonderful season.
Thanks.
Looks like Sean standing by with the 30 car of Steven Goldner. We will throw it over to him. Sean?
All right, Scotty, as we've caught up here, Steven Goldner climbing out of the car, getting the safety equipment off. Steven, you look like you just ran 30 really hard laps here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. That was a tough show tonight.
Yeah, it was a little tricky up there on 1 and 2, pretty rough, but it was a good race for sure. Glad we could kind of get out front early and just run laps. I saw Lane there on the relative sitting in third. I'm like, oh, he started at the back, so I know he was coming, and he got me there at the end. I thought I had him, but he definitely made a good move there in 3 to get the lead off me.
Did you think going down the backstretch for the last time? Did you think he would be
cars upside down? Are we going to stay green here for the final lap, or are we going to go yellow? Looks like we are saying green. Slide job for the lead and the win. It's going to be
pretty low as it was, so I didn't think he was going to go under there. And then I kind of looked left with my VR, and I could see him. I'm like, oh, here he comes. So I tried to cross him over, and I think I just spun my tires coming out of 4 too much and gave him the momentum there, and he ended up stealing it from me there.
That's enough about tonight as a solid run coming from 8th to the lead almost immediately. That was impressive in itself. But let's talk about this season overall, because right now your name sits in the championship slot. You picked up the wins at Lernerville, picked up the win at Eldora, and then consistency the rest of the way. It looks like you have wrapped up the A&J Custom Creations Renegades title.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's the third one in a row here for me, so that's something cool. I don't think anyone's done that, so that's an accomplishment for me. I'm pretty happy and thankful for my BBR guys for letting me run, one of their cars here.
How difficult is it with all the different tracks that you face on the Renegade season, with all this competition, to be able to put your name atop of the point standings, not just once, but three times consistency?
It's tough. I mean, a lot of these races, you got to be, starting up front to finish up front. It's tough. It's pretty tough to go, from the back to the front and, stay out of trouble and keep your nose clean and just have a good run. But we were able to do it for most of the season. Like, might have had one bad night, and then our worst one was maybe a 7th or an 8th. So, I mean, we stayed up there. I know Kyle Moonen, I don't think finished worse than 4th in the elite, and he locked that one up. So, I mean, he had a heck of a season too, and so did Lane. So I'm pretty happy with all our teammates here running good, and I'm happy I can get another Renegades championship.
Well, congratulations on the title. Congratulations on a solid run here tonight. A lot of great people have to be behind you for a championship run. Let's give you one more opportunity to thank them here this season.
Yeah, I got to thank all the Vanderbilt guys for sure. Jesse for bringing me aboard this team, Brandon for the help on setups, Fitzy for bringing the beer every week, root beer for Lane.
He's good at that. He is very good at that, is Fitzy.
Yeah, he is, for sure. Moonen for, giving me one of the hardest competitors to race against, but he's super clean, so that's fun. The Lane, I mean, he stole this one away from me, so pretty disappointed with that, but heck of a run for that kid, starting from deep. And everyone else on the team, Velocity Race Designs, Bio.com, Wagman Brothers, Dirt Doctor Trucking, and Fits Perfect Photography.
Stephen Goldner, A&J Custom Creations Renegade Series champion. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
There he is, Stephen Goldner. He'll be runner-up here tonight, but he may have finished second in the battle, but he wins the season-long war with that 30 machine, and he will walk out of here with the trophy from A&J Custom Creations for the title. Stealing the thunder a bit tonight, though, is going to be Lane Snook, your winner of this feature event, and Scotty DeYoung catching up with the youngster out of Pennsylvania.
Lane up 23 positions here tonight to take home the win. What was that like, starting in the back and ultimately coming home with a final slider for the win?
To come last, the first for your first ever Renegades win that's awesome. I kind of threw a Hail Mary at the setup and it worked.
You seem to make it look easy each and every week, no matter what place you finish in. But coming home in first tonight, what was it like navigating through the field and then ultimately trying to run down Goldner, a late caution? And what was going through your head just to set up that slider to take home the win tonight?
At the beginning of the race, everybody was running the middle to the bottom. Nobody was up top, so I just kind of passed a bunch of cars up top at the beginning. Got up front, and then whenever that yellow came out, I went into turn 1 and 2, and I clobbered the wall and somehow kept her going, ran them back down, and slid them.
And what's it just like to run with these Vanderbilt guys who usually seem to be on the podium each and every week? What's it like to have a race team behind you like Vanderbilt?
It's awesome. They give me probably the best setups I've ever been in. It feels amazing, and I can't thank them enough.
So aside from Vanderbilt also putting it on victory lane here tonight, who would you like to thank for another great season here for the Renegades?
I'd like to thank Velocity Designs. He just made me a new wrap, and it's already won. Vanderbilt Racing, Jesse, Brandon, Goldner, Moonen, Lacey, Fitzy, JP, I'm probably missing somebody. Dirt Doctor, Trucking, Bio.com, Powerhouse Motorsports, Wagman Brothers, you guys are the broadcast, Universal Sentiment Service, Jacqueline Howard Associates, Keystone Alliance, KKP, Keys Recording Products, Fuck This Pizza Den, Mexico Ridge Bee Farm, Snook Dirt Designs, Fitzy's Perfect Photography, and The Old Hatchery.
So not only bringing home the 2W's Plumbing Hard Charger Award tonight, up 23 spots, but also bringing home the feature win here tonight from Cedar Lake. The number 123 car, Lane Snook. Congratulations on not only the win tonight, young man, but on another wonderful season.
Thank you.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Scotty, stop. Stop. Lane, stop. Don't walk away just yet. Lane Snook, you just won your first Renegades feature event, and you come out of the car and you talk like you're like a NASCAR professional. Like, I want to thank my sponsors. Do you want to shout and like yell anything right now after this win? Like, I would be screaming, dude.
Oh, I do.
Go for it. Do it.
I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless.
Oh, Scotty, I thought for a second we could rattle him after his first win here. I thought maybe he might jump around on the car, but man, that youngster, Lane, you're a professional already. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Lane Snook, your winner here tonight at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Scotty, I thought we could get him. I thought I'd let you like kind of like a good cop, bad cop, like let's be professional. And then I thought I'd come in and tell him to scream, and he just, man, what a professional. You know what? We're going to be talking over a couple of cold beverages probably 10 years from now, maybe not that long, and we're going to be looking at racing results somewhere in the country, and we're going to go, remember when we announced that Lane Snook kid on the iRacing with the GForce Leagues? Look at him now. We're going to be saying that name. Mark my words, man.
I 100% agree with you, Shonda. He is going to be going places.
That is his 26th career win with the GForce Racing Leagues, first with the Renegades. What a night it was here, Scotty. What a season. What a title. What a way to end the last GForce Leagues event of this season, of the point season, I should say. Look at that on the screen. I think it's still on the screen. It doesn't even show. It shows a tie. We had to go another decimal to decide the finish here tonight. Wow, what a night.
What a night indeed, and what a great way to cap off just a wonderful season here for the Renegade Sprint Cars on a Monday Night Madness. Just a great season here for the Renegades.
Absolutely. Tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central, Race of Champions night number 1. We will have the broadcast same time the following night, and right here, GeForce Esports, GeForce TV, night number 2. We'll have the broadcast over on OSRN. Joe and the crew, they'll have that one. And then Scotty, you and I, we get the Race of Champions championship event Thursday night right here on GeForce TV as well. What a week it's going to be, and what a week it's already been after that event. Wow, what a night.
Live job of the year. That's all I'm going to say.
Absolutely. That's going to wrap it up for us here tonight from everyone with GeForce TV. For Scotty DeYoung, my counterpart here, and for Ryan Dugan back in the production truck, I'm Sean Neisted, thanking you for tuning in. Stay tuned. A couple messages from some of our great supporters, and then we will see you tomorrow night for the Race of Champions with the GeForce Racing Leagues. Good night, everybody.
At McConey Setup Shop, we offer custom-built setups for any asphalt oval car. Prices starting at just $5. Weekly setups available for all Legends, late models, modifieds, and NASCAR trucks, Xfinity, and Cup cars. Do you need one-on-one driver coaching? We've got you covered. Visit www.McConeySetupShop.com and find yourself in Victory Lane. McConey Setup Shop, handling all your setup needs so you don't have to. At McConey Setup Shop, we offer custom-built setups for any asphalt oval car. Prices starting at just $5. Weekly setups available for all Legends, late models, modifieds, and NASCAR trucks, Xfinity, and Cup cars. Do you need one-on-one driver coaching? We've got you covered. Visit www.McConeySetupShop.com and find yourself in Victory Lane. McConey Setup Shop, handling all your setup needs so you don't have to.